my wife and I, Sugar, started this Poetry Arcade to give space for poets in a non-competitive arena, but also a chance to make a little money. Poetry busking, if you will.
Woo!
Here's how it's going to roll out today. First, we get to hear 3 minutes of poetry from each poet. After each reading, the audience can purchase tokens for my wife Sugar at Avantpop Bookstore, which can then be given as a tip to your favorite poets, or you can redeem them with your poet for an intimate personal reading in our podcast room with headphones on so you get the full immersive experience.
Yo.
These poems will be recorded and available to listen to again from the avantpop.com website.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, little cool thing to help make a little poetry money for our writers here.
That's so cool.
We need it.
We need it.
Now, author Walter Kern once said that poetry must perform on the page as well as it does when spoken. Each of our poets today first submitted their work to us in writing, and we can confirm that each of these poems' work performed on the page. Now, some of our poets today have performed and polished their spoken word many times, and I know that you will enjoy them just as much as we do when reading their poems. Others are new to the spoken word stage and may not have the captivating performance as the others, but I assure you that each of these artists have the talent and spirit of a true poet. So I hope you enjoy them all. One last note before we begin. Poetry is emotional, and many of our creatives today have poems that may be triggering, or make some a little uncomfortable. And for this, I thank our writers, because that's exactly what poetry should do. But if at any time you're not enjoying yourself, feel like it's a little too much, or you're triggered, please, you're welcome to leave. We won't be offended. Well, I might be, but our poets have thicker skin than I do, so I go all right. So let's go ahead and start off the day with a little love poem.
Yay!
This is one of my latest poems. It's entitled Healthy Love Poem Number 2.
Aww.
We do tell our poets to not send love poems because there's so many of them. So I figured I'd start off with that.
Yeah.
I love you on this sand dune of sparkling microplastics, with that hypnotic sound of wave upon waves of majestic radiation. It truly brightens up your gloomy, psychotic, demoralized expression, intoxicated by the toxins, chemicals spilling into our immediate direction. You take my breath away like the air these days. It makes choking so much more pleasurable. When every last second that passes, we should be escaping the masses, but we're caught in a styrofoam bubble affecting the lower classes. So my love, it's you and me, living the virtual dream, trying desperately to be blissfully oblivious of our systemic drowning. Well, please join me in welcoming our first poet of the day, Margaret The Dreamer.
Hey.
Can I make a quick announcement?
Yes, please.
If we do need a microphone, there is one here available. So we might not, but some people may be more soft-spoken, just wanted to have it available. And if you have any questions, I'm Nancy, I'm the owner of the gallery.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Yes, thank you, Nancy.
I don't think I need a microphone. Hello.
Hi, hello.
I do a little bit shorter form poetry, so just hit me when it's time, Shwa, because I'm going to try to do a couple of them right now.
Okay.
All right. This is called The Clock on Our Wall. Time isn't an illusion, but simply a collective conclusion to the perception of the pattern. Paradoxically, patterns can only be formed and derived over time. A method to the madness is what we find. Method, practice, mantra, tradition, exercise. And we look to those who are wise, from lessons taught through time. Still, though we perceive it and we believe it, we aren't fully bound to the concept, at least not where feelings are intertwined. Moments and memories linger, lengthy expanses of synapses, emotion, and connection can change the understanding of the definition of how time elapses or when it collapses. All the same, it and we are elastic. Finn. These glasses are cool, but I'm gonna take them off. So we're not supposed to do love, but I got love for you. This is called From My Heart. In every beautiful love notes in all of the love songs, every lyric I've ever heard, even after you've been gone, makes me think of you with every word. In my daydreams, the happiest of fantasies, the central theme, it's you and me. And it's so surprising, unless my mind is lying, that when I think of you, I feel like I can feel you thinking of me too. Notice, I said my mind would be the liar, since you set my heart on pure fire. And when I look inwards and inquire, we are the sparks and embers in that flame that burns gentle warmth when I hear your name. Torrid storms of the spirit feel quieted and tamed, hands yearning to trace your frame. My soul singing when I see your face, to feel the air in your space, the energy we create filled together with goodness and grace. All I can say is, no matter what may, it feels like it's fate, so I don't mind the wait. Finn.
Come on!
This is called Summertime in Heat. It's a little saucy. Passion I have radiates from the heart, burns in my loins, wet and deep like the ocean. I beg you to join. Zeal I have for life, you feel it in my eyes, my touching you sensuously, listening to your desired cries. I'm strongly longing to please, to bring you to your knees from intense pleasures. Pleasures my body gives you can't be measured. Captivated, wild souls caught in an instant, less giving and receiving, drinking you into my magic, and feeling is believing. Finn.
Margaret The Dreamer.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, like I said, we're able to buy tokens, and you can hear her again intimately, or just tip our poets, because they're magical. Our next poet this afternoon, her name is Janice Parker. Please help me welcome.
Hello. Okay, so I'm one of the newbies that he talked about. This is literally the second. Yeah, newbies. This is literally the second time I'm reading my poems in public. And I wasn't worried about my 3 minutes, and I tend to write long poems, so I have one poem for you. I'm going to read right now. Okay. It's called The Boogeyman. The boogeyman is real. He's not in the closet, doesn't watch as I bury myself under blankets. He's not under the bed, although I still fear dangling my foot over the edge. He's not in that pile of clothes on the chair that triggers my brain to create dark demons. He's not hidden in that basement corner that the lights never seem to reach. My boogeyman lives within. He is the sinister whisper in my ear saying that no one likes me. He is the invisible anchor that stops me from saying hi to strangers who could be friends. He is the writer of footnotes in my memory so I never forget a single dirty look. He stalks all my troubled thoughts, juts down every irrational fear. He is the Judas that uses feigned affection to build trust while he allows disproportionate anxieties to consume me. My boogeyman is a chameleon. He is a changeling with different versions of my disappointed father. There are various projections of him on random faces. He's the sneer from someone that I wanted to like me. He's the eye roll from giants that look down. He's the sarcastic comment that made me feel like a child again. My boogeyman is a charlatan, a master con man that can make me believe all the lies. He says, "You don't deserve this. You're just an imposter they haven't found yet. You're the dumbest person in this room. No one cares about your stupid opinion. You do not belong here." But now my graying hairs have empowered me, and that boogeyman is dying. All I had to do was look at him. Look him right in the eyes. No playing peekaboo, no glances through my fingers, a locked, prolonged gaze, and I saw him. And I saw him shrink and shrivel into a waving white flag. So I stepped over him, and I didn't look back. Thank you.
Janice Parker. Our next poet, I hope, is here. Please help me welcome Richard Vogel to the stage. Richard. All right.
I thought we had to do love poems. So I'm prepared. I'm not prepared for the limitation, but I'm going to read a love poem.
Yes.
It's one poem. This poem is not a celebration of love. It is compensation for love's absence. The poem runs through despair, joy, doubt, and then returning to joy. So it's one poem with a couple of different stanzas and stuff. So. My eyes are way too bad for cell phones. So here we go. Before you, my dreams lay broken. All flesh was paralyzed. Before, no joy was spoken. All passion compromised. Before, the field lay fallow and still beneath the sun. Before, my heart lay hollow. A life of hopes foregone. A life of hopeless resignation. A life of long lost dreams. A life of frustrated passion, a life of joys unseen, a life of faith unrewarded, a life without love song, a life of plodding duty, a life of love foregone. You are my joy, you are my treasure, your value is priceless, your worth beyond measure. You are the pearl of infinite price, so full of passion, so full of life, so full of desire, so full of dreams. Might you be my destiny? You are my gentle blossom, the flower of my spring, and all the world without you to me remains nothing. So let me hold you ever, rain kisses on your face, for I know the world's dark no becomes yes in your embrace. Someday you will disappear and leave me all alone. You will find a love to hold you, touch, embrace, and adore you. You will be happy and complete as was meant for you, my sweet. And I will have these verses, these words upon a page, and I will read them and remember that my love forevermore, though just a vapor in a dream, was truest and most pure. But my love said, put aside your fears, my man, I have no other love. Come with me to heaven's gate, let me lift you up. Break your troubles on me, drown me in your sea. Let your waves engulf me, wash me tenderly. Suck the passion from my breast, let your arms possess me. Pull me to your urgency, break me with your body. Hold my pieces in your arms, shape me in your hands. Rock me in your sweet embrace, wed me to your plans. For I am yours beneath God's sky, I was made for you. And I am yours eternally, as you are mine, we two. And I saw my sweet beloved, like an angel in the sun, wrapped forever in my arms. Happy we, forever one. Thanks.
Where's your Vogel, everybody? We're also, we love all our poets, and we're really excited that this next poet got to come out and perform for us. So please welcome Yesenia Mora Garay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm one of those trigger warnings that they were talking about earlier. Definitely feel free to get up and leave. All of my work has a lot to do with anti-state violence, reclaiming indigenous roots, healing, but also just speaking truth. So this next one is called Fuck With Me, and there is cursing, so if you're not comfortable with that, please. I covered up my fear and self-loathing and a clear disdain for authority. Fake it till you make it, till last year I could no longer fucking take it. See, the state wants me, and I'm not crazy. I just smoked a little bit of weed and I'm just a little hazy. But I know what I mean when I say the state wants me. They chase me, they goad me, their simple presence fucking chokes me. The state wants my head on a spike and on a swivel, not because they see me, but because to them I shouldn't be. I am not human, I am an other, a them, an alien. I am loud and expressive and rude and offensive, but that's not what they see when their horns chirp me. See, what comes up on their screens is not my activism, my words, or my newsfeed. It's a story the state has made up about me. Warrant status, non-compliant, won't come to court, bitch won't pay her tickets. But, ooh, sorry.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to look up my notes because I forgot it. Or I can start over if that's cool.
Sorry, you got this, poet.
You got it.
See, because I hate this one. I really do. I want to do a love poem, but if y'all want to hear those, come get it.
More hate poems.
You know what I'm saying? It's a story the state has made up about me. Non-compliant, warrant status, arrested before, won't pay her tickets, bitch won't come to court. See, they see my name and can't pronounce it. They see my face and only feel their hate. They don't see me afraid to be taken. Their guns class stays unclipped. Just another meal ticket, just another quota filled goes in their logs. Just another life they don't give a fuck about. Just another day in paradise for them hogs. You rolled up on me to ask about my tattoos? What the fuck's my street name got to do with anything? Why the fuck do you want to search me? Don't I have a right to say you're violating me? See, the state wants me. They see me as a threat. They think that I'm ignorant and that I need to quit, but how can I touch the sun every time they get my wings clipped? They follow us, they kidnap us, and kill us on the street. They chase us, pull us over, and ignore our fucking screams. The state wants all my friends and family, but that don't sit well with me. The state can go fuck themselves. Tell them Yesenia Mora said it. I won't give a fuck. Not until we're all free.
Yesenia, everybody, wasn't that? Yeah. And I didn't want to be the only one doing hate poetry, so I'm so glad you're here.
Hey, it's not hate.
That's true. That's true. So please help me welcome our next poet. And if you've been in the Las Vegas scene for a while in poetry, you will recognize her Poetic V. Please.
Yeah.
I am a poet. I write words others can't say. I express emotion from pen to stage. Unveiling the crevices of my past while others sleep in their masks. See, I am a poet. A poet's poet to be exact, for I extract deep hidden treasures of hearts torn apart, then meticulously sculpting a masterpiece like a painter with a brush. My similes and metaphors creates pictures and restores more. See, I am a poet. I cry in front of strangers, laying out my guts with each piece. I am fragile and strong each time I speak. Giving others road maps to come out of their caves as they crave for the sun. I am a poet. Cultivating exit plans and strategies to lift others out of their defeats. I stay awake and write so others can sleep. I am a poet. Now, I appreciate your hobby and poetry being something you sometimes do. I love it. I really do. But I can't breathe without this. When I'm drowning and life turns into the abyss, this becomes my life raft, my saving grace, a place I am not displaced. Being naked and unashamed, pointing glory back to the one who called me out my grave. More than 4 days, but it was worth the wait. Taking off grave clothes as I begin to live again. Just call me Lazarus 2.0. See, I am a poet. If you cut me, I bleed ink. Stating everything with words that leak. This truth can never be removed. No, it's been proven to last forever. Even though I won't last forever, my words will last forever. I am a poet. And this, dear friends, has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with me, reminding me of who I be. I am a poet. Good afternoon, everyone. How y'all feeling today? Thank you guys so much. Again, my name is Poetic V. How many of you in here like affirmations? Where my affirmation people at? Okay, so I wrote a book called Poetically Affirmed. It is a collection of I am poems that affirm you daily. And I'm going to share a quick one. Somebody yell out a number 1 through 31.
19.
19. So we're going to go to page 19. We'll see what we're going to say. Here we go. Okay. I am enjoying the moment I am in, embracing the radiance from my skin. Calm and peaceful, I know what I want, dreaming about now, the future can wait. Engulfed in this place of mine, I am at ease, I am present. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Poetic V, everybody. Well, I want to take a moment to thank Nancy for allowing us to be here. This is the Core Contemporary Gallery, if you haven't been here before. Anthony Bondi's artwork is, he's a local Las Vegas resident who grew up here, and he was a big part of the Burning Man experience when it first started, so you'll see some of his work here. So we're excited to be here. So please help me introduce our next poet, Nemesis Pocasangre.
Hello, my name is Nemesis. Can everybody hear me? I can put the mic. That's what I thought. Hello. Hello.
Got it? Keep going.
Hello. Is that better? Okay, cool. I am definitely one of the people that need the mic. Alright. I'm just gonna read 3 little poems for everyone today. 2 of them of which you can find in this lovely thing. Yeah. Alright. This isn't the hole to Wonderland. I fell down a rabbit hole, weightless body sinking down, 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 panic arising as realization kicks in. How on earth will I survive this? A scream wants to be let out, but fear clogs the throat. There's a hint of shame for allowing myself to end up in this place. I thought I was safe. I thought this time it's going to be okay, but the person trusted is the very same one to push me. I slowly fade into a state with no escape, yet even as I fall, I watch them with loving eyes, knowing I would let them push me again so that I can drag them down with me. This one is called Slowly Dying. You lived a slow suicide, consumed by lies. You wanted to fly, fly so high, and fly you did to an unreachable place where I could no longer see your face. Was it worth the wait, being in a drunken state? Did you find the escape you wanted? A child's cries wasn't enough to stop. Too late to turn the clock, to rewind to happier days. You lived a slow suicide, consumed by lies. Why did you want to fly so badly? All I wanted was for you to be happy. Tears. And then this is the last one. It's called Childhood. I might also cry with this one. As a child, I grew up seeing certain looks from grown-ass men and hearing sounds that leave drunken lips that should never be made to children. As a child, I was forced to never speak my mind. Conversations were for grown-ups, and honey, at this time, you are no one. As a child, I learned to hide everything I felt deep, deep, deep inside. Even when I did speak, no one would listen. As the youngest one in a large, close family where cousins are basically siblings, no one wants to hear you. As a child, I was once outspoken, taking on personalities of everyone around, never having my own, so that now that I'm older, my insecurities are all from the beginning. My family nickname is Baby, clearly taken in more ways than one, the youngest of everyone, the one who was always crying, the one who would never shut up until they did, and no one batted an eye. As an adult, I find my sexuality embarrassing, thanks to the grown men that made my skin tingle with discomfort. I find it hard to speak now, no one ever wanted to listen. As an adult, I'm learning to heal, to accept that I am a woman who is actually beautiful, to embrace that I have a voice that people might want to hear. As an adult, I want to be seen. I'm tired of hiding in the shadows, of being too scared to fight for my life, to accept there is a future for me. As an adult, I'm embracing Baby. I'm holding her tightly, letting her know that she's loved, that she should be heard, that her body is not gross, that she deserves to love herself, that she deserves to speak for herself, that she deserves to live, even if it's just for herself, especially when it's for herself.
Nemesis, everybody. As you can see, poetry is triggering mostly for the poets. Please help me welcome the next poet we have coming up for you this afternoon. A local poet who's also a publisher and a writer who's doing exactly what Avantpop is doing, creating their own scene. Roderick D. Talley.
Afternoon, everybody. Just a warning, I do tend to kind of project my voice like my sister Poetic V here, so especially you people in the front row, not yelling at y'all. I promise I'm not. It's all love. But, this poem is called Youthful Connection. I've got to stay connected to our youth. I have got to stay connected to our youth. You see, I've been to countless funerals of teenagers and 20-something-year-olds, and that indescribable feeling of pain never gets old. I dread seeing the faces of their parents and grandparents as they lay their flowers on top of their caskets. And then I attempt to comfort them as they try to regroup from their loved ones' unfortunate passings. I've got to stay connected to our youth and inform them that death is the only thing that you can't rebound from. That there's nothing cool about living or dying by the gun, leaving your parents crying helplessly over the deceased bodies of their most prized possessions. That you're worth much more than being pierced by the bullets of guns. That you're worth much more than those demeaning words told to you by some of your loved ones. That to the ways of the streets you do not have to succumb. And then that there are many other ways to live your lives besides these detrimental ones. I've got to show them that part of maturing means sometimes walking away from a situation before any more damage can be done. You're better than all of that mess, young man. You're better than all of that mess, young lady. I'm begging you, please stay connected with me and other role models who think similarly and allow us to inspire you to become the kings and queens, to become the kings and queens that God has created you to be. Thank you.
Roderick D. Talley. Now we'll be splitting these groups up here for our next reading after our little intermission. So some will be at Avantpop that you can then get a personal reading for, and then the other group will be here reading again. And then we'll rotate that. So please help me welcome our next poet, Lashana. Please come on.
All right. I'm going to do one longer one, and then I think I'll have time for a quick one too. But in the meantime, let me shout out this right here. Find me in it. Had to do that real quick. Let's see if I can do this way. Bear with me here. All right. This piece is called Wait. This is a personal one for me. And a little bit of a trigger is, I got a little bit of cursing in here, but it's not too bad. All right. Wait. Soon. When the time is right, not right now, maybe later. There's not enough time. Your time is up. Next time. Time is an asshole. Mothers and fathers nervously anticipate the first smile, the first step, the first words. As children we count to 30 while peeking through the gaps of our fingers at our poorly hidden friends given away by the sounds of their giggles. Wait. Soon. When the time is right, not right now, maybe later. There's not enough time. Your time is up. Next time. They used to tell me when I grew up I wouldn't be so skinny. You just need more time. They used to tell me there was plenty of time to take my time. So I took my time and I wasted my time. Time is an asshole. See, what nobody tells you is time is fickle, loyal to no one. Each day brings in a revolving door on something hell-bent on stealing your time. An abundance of choices or lack of choices. A sea of too many yeses and not enough no's, or too many no's and not enough yeses. Hurry up, too fast, go faster, slow down, stop, don't stop. And then, when time does stand still, and you are catching your breath, nestled in the nothingness, you unexpectedly find out one thing that is worth giving up all your time for. So you move in closer, inhaling like rapid fire every single drop of what that thing is. Your heart so big, you have fallen in love from a single instance. Only to be hit with wait. Soon. When the time is right, not right now, maybe later, there's not enough time, your time is up, next time. Time is a motherfucking asshole. I'll do one more quick one, because I think I got time for a little short one. All right, so this one's called I Guess, and it's a short one, but I love it. Okay, this one's personal too. You light up a room, they always said to her. A glow in her hello made the unseen felt known. A skip in her step created a chain effect. Her smile infectious, even though her brain was infected by the one who only ever said, you have a few decent qualities, I guess. Thank you.
Lashana. Now, oftentimes, being a creative, you end up behind the scenes producing other creatives, and you need somebody to pull you out to be your own creative. Our next poet is somebody that I pulled out. Natalie Burge, please come on up.
Yeah, this is my first time doing this. This is called Fist and Mouth. So, keep your pretty mouth all to yourself, or we're going into the ground. Because when we break bones, the heavens know that the devils ran into town. And I'm not about to sacrifice when you offer only half your tongue, because you can't get back what you couldn't put in when surrender is an empty touch. So flank, loaded and cocked, the devil's wishbone's been brought. Between blue-blooded creatures and their animalistic features, these cravings won't stop. So if your fist fits inside my mouth, a gluttonous slick will come. Take your nails, scratch them down my throat. I know I'm the violent one. One more. This is called Hard Way. It's easy to say yes, and it's hard to say no. If crazy can't be saved, then I can't be saved. My wires are tangled up, but I won't cut them off. I can't cut them off, because it's not fair to you. So I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way. It's really hard to say no. It's easy to say yes. So hard to say no. And her home's in my head. She made my head her home. And she has feet and legs, crushing all my hopes. And pounces on my matter, and she pounces on my brain. It turns from gray to black, and my synapse stops when she does that. I learned the hard way. It's hard to say no.
Not bad for her first run. Natalie Burge, everybody. Help me welcome our next poets. We're always happy to get male poets as well as female poets and everybody involved. And today we have a lot of female and a lot of thems. This is a man we got coming in here. So help me welcome Lawrence Balanovsky.
Hi. First one is Capital. The chief of the smog-ridden skies, devourer of discarded artifacts, iconoclast of yore. My accountant has a mustache. God of forgotten children, suckling at the tits of progress, mothers in a brothel Amsterdam, I'm their cool pimp. Eyelash of sober victims, crack pipes crackling, smoke vaporizing within dried lungs, fallen angels surround me. Suffocating the psychedelic notions of democratic fractals, dining on golden blood, diamond desserts. I hate your humanity. Ron Jeremy is a good friend. So is Linda Lovelace, poor girl. Enjoying the cosmic radiation emitted by live sex banners, that's my kind of fun. Sugar-free soda pouring out of its flimsy container, eroding iron bars of inconsequential activities. As long as it sells, I'm happy. Falling statues of golden men, rifles pointed in the air, looking for imaginary birds, I couldn't care less. Bastions of holiness traveling through radio waves, television screens, soothsayer, future abyss. Moral corruption is the cause? I think not. I flow through the fingers of greedy men, black gold flowing under their wriggling toes. Oh, how they love me. I'm the house under which Mossadegh lies, the night which hugged Nicaragua as Arbenz fled. Burning flesh arouses me. I'm the curves that make up the letters of the holy words read aloud by a young man, taped by a 10-year-old camera, held by a sanctified businessman. I have killed indeed. I am your desire. I am your downfall. I am an elusive friend, the only horseman of the apocalypse that the devil needs. Next one is Thanatos in A minor. I crawled out of that indecent living environment, covered in the paint of a benevolent being. Saline tears burned my helpless cheeks. Veins didn't feel like standing up in a room of velvet recliners. Blue blood rushed back into my lungs. Angry, flailing hunger. I knew I'd end up here, writing poems, drinking cheap beers, daydreaming my mind a void inescapable, imagining the day I hang. Bleeding hearts are too upfront, won't stop beating their drums of worshiping wonderful princes living abroad. My heart bleeds distorted dreams of a smut peddler in the slums of my shrinking brain, locked inside my throbbing head. My twitching fingers told me that there was too much gravity on this godforsaken plane of unhappy existence. It is all dead here.
Lawrence Balanovsky. Thank you. All right, we've got.
Real quick. Somebody lose a phone outside? Anybody?
All right, we got 3 more poets coming up for you before intermission, so please help me welcome Tina, the secret poet.
She's the secret.
Everybody quiet. I am the keeper of secrets. I strive to encode them. I write for me. I write for you. I write for those who feel but cannot find their words. I share to release what has been kept for too long. And I share so that you know you're not alone. But still, I keep the secrets. Shh. I'm the secret poet, and it's time. It's time to share Infinity Road.
Woo! Come on.
So, I saw a picture the other day. It was a picture of a highway road going through the desert sands until it just faded and the road faded into the desert where it meets the sky and no one else on it, just me. and I follow the dots until they fade away too. Is this my before or my after? I guess it depends on who's telling the story. But none of it matters right now. Just keep moving forward. I don't know where this road goes, but I know I don't want to go back. And I see all the off-road tracks, and maybe this road leads to another nowhere. I've already been there. And there are more tracks off the road than are on the pavement. Is it because they couldn't see through the sandstorm? Or because they've been there before and they know something I don't? They say the paved road is the most traveled, but is it? And is that where I want to go? Is that what tomorrow looks like? And maybe it goes in infinite loops, and the trick is that you have to figure out where to get off on your own or go round and round forever and just tell yourself it's deja vu until one day you realize it's you that put yourself in this endless loop, and belief in yourself is the only rescue.
Come on.
Stop waiting for permission and directions. And this is a real-time deja vu, so I'm going to say it again. Belief in yourself is the only rescue. And tonight, that's the secret I came to share with you.
Tina. All right, please help me welcome our next poet, Elizabeth Allen Berry.
If you can hear me in the back, can you give me them snaps? Yeah, if you can hear me in the back, can you give me that? Letter to my younger self. You haven't grown up yet, and that's good for your youth. You haven't seen Berlin yet, and that's good for your health, because soon extermination will be within your vocabulary. Each word painted like the tears on the face of your mother, underneath those stone pillars that pay tribute to the memorial of the annihilated, the same stone pillars you played in. Got lost in. Felt the gravity of death like a tidal wave sucking you under like gas. Death to those who are different. The word faggot that you would receive over 3,000 times to your fifth phone in the English class. You could barely stay awake in the axiality of time. The stringent geometry of limited energy. If only your effeminate credibility was taken more serious, the illusion of order. The anonymity of victims who could never speak their name, come to you with a letter. Like a road forgotten by the past, decrepit and overgrown, but with bones that we can revive. It's the memory of the pink triangle. Those not labeled by the yellow star could be as equally damned by the oppressors. It's the same reason why your community can be even afraid to speak to you. It's the same reason why you don't even have medical literature on the medication that fuels you. It's fascism in geometry. The shape of constant change. It's the shape of the first letter of the word Aschwicker, die ist nicht meine Muttersprache, aber ich kann nicht Diskriminierung, literally the word assfucker, dear younger self. I did not know that this meant you, and I damn for the moment you learned it. Du bist schön. Du wirst geliebt. Du liebst mit deinem offenen Herzen, und das macht dich so liebenswert. You did not create this annihilation, however you must live in the wake of its awesomeness. I am here to refuse the concentration of our kind. I am here to refuse the sterilization of our love. I am here to refuse the erasure of our people. You do not yet know the love you hold in the world, and the world is not yet ready for the love you hold in your soul. Deine Liebe ist unbegreiflich. Großen Muttergarten der Veränderung. Ich bin du. Ich Hier, ich wünsche. Ich sehr gerne sagen, wir sind stark. Zusammen, wir sind Kosmik, gibt ein jüngeres Ich. Ich liebe dich, the younger self. I love you.
Elizabeth Allenfair. So we're going to wrap up this first half today with one of the Avantpop poets that we first published. And so please help me welcome Garrett James Dillon.
Hey, my boys. All right. Well, hello. My name is Garrett James Dillon. Yes, I'm wearing sunglasses inside. Yes, they are prescription. No, I'm not trying to look like Jim Jones. Most of the poems I'll be reading you today are from this book, Reflections from the Haze. Just have to quickly say it was a collaborative effort between myself and my good friend and illustrator, Seth Singer, the other man beautifully dressed in a Hawaiian shirt. Give him a shout out. It's 21 poems paired with 21 original pieces of artwork. So let's dive right in. Before I do, I feel as though a content warning is appropriate, as everyone else did it. There will be mentions of substance use and addiction, dismemberment, substance use and addiction, suicidal ideation, and a little bit of substance use and addiction. The first one is about the most important meal of the day, and it is called Breakfast for the Damned. It's better to be strung out than strung up. Ran down ragged on the wrong side of a come-up. Dawn twitches with conspiracy. Amphetamines and vodka on an empty stomach. Peripheral figures whispering in downward spirals. Cornered by cortisol and repetitive relief tactics. Burned glass turns over as earth seems to stand still. That's going to be my punctuation, by the way. When I take a drink, that means that it's over. This next poem is unpublished. It's a rather old poem, but what the hell. This is one called Tongue. I remember when I bit my tongue clean off. Spasming green, sparking electric flesh in the midday sun, sacrificed like spoiled apricots to a dirt that deserved them. My yellow teeth were reddened and I grinned with little choice, trying to learn something from it other than the obvious. It is obscene how long that thing twitches. Other eyes. A phantom limb sweetness like honeysuckle on the bad side of town is all I could retain of the situation, and the ghost between my teeth won't let me forget it. Thank you. You're all too kind. Let's see here. This last one, if I can find it, is called Palliative Palace. Here we go. Home is where the heart fails, where the neighbors don't know your name. The doors are locked lips which must be kicked open. The walls have eyes which must be gouged out. Pareidolia, paranoia, the floorboards preach a familiar sermon. Masturbation, maceration, 213 pieces of a puzzle with no wrong order. Home is where I drink to dismemberment, where grenades roll out of my laughing mouth, exploding amongst lime chunks and phalanges, shooting shrapnel into shadows that wait like wombs. Introspection, insurrection, leaves me kissing skeletons as I curse the sun. Apotheosis, apoptosis, the taste of mortality so sweet that it burns. Now this last poem is very short. It's called Shaving. I'd like to think most of my poems are like whippets, in that they are short in duration, disorienting in effect, and hopefully leaves the reader wanting a lot more of them. So, this is one called Shaving. All right. Some days,
'Cause I don't know what to do.
Some days while shaving, you wish you could take your whole fucking head off. Some days, tomorrow is not enough.
Alright, Garrett James Dillon, everybody. Alright, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. We've got Chef Louie outside with vegan tacos, and then we're gonna split up. We will have over at Avantpop, there'll be Yesenia, Tina the Secret Poet, Roderick, Richard, Poetic V, Nemesis, and it's Natalie, who will be ready to do intimate poetry readings in our podcast room. So if you'd like that, you head on over there and meet with them. Otherwise, grab some food and drinks, and we'll meet back here in 10 minutes or so.